Bonjour mes amis, hi guys, it is finally here, a watch I've been eagerly awaiting for several months. This is from the production run of 99 pieces, my very own Atelier Haute Complication, dual time. If you remember on the channel, I had presented to you thanks to independent watcher whom I have to thank for this watch. I had presented the prototype of these. 19 prototypes had been made. I had shown you even the night and day version, which are sold together, blue and yellow dials, which were supplementing this run of 99 pieces in steel. There is also a run of platinum watches with the blue dial, and there might be some special ones, but this is the one, the steel 316L steel final run of 99 pieces, and this is the Architecture Mécanique numéro 1, the first number 1 mechanical architecture. So let's rewind a little bit. The watchmaker, the founder of the brand, is Vladimir Victor Nego, living now in Switzerland, but he's from France, and at the origin he's an architect, also a musician. He plays guitar like me. And some time ago, many years ago, he met François-Paul Journe, and for Journe he created those 3D videos explaining how the complex FP Journe watches work. After that, he worked on automatons, and he's a big fan of all things mechanical. And after that, he was called upon Journe to move to Switzerland, and he started working with Journe in the research and development department. All in all, he spent 14 years with the brand. And through the journey, he started to learn all about watchmaking, reading on the subject, and at some point he wanted to have, as he says, what Journe had. He wanted to make his own complications, and in 2018 he created his own brand and created 5 different complications, practical, never been done before, and fully integrated calibers. This is the first one, which will be the most simple one, if there is such a thing. The next one, which will come later this year, will be a tourbillon with an original ringing system, reminding the passing of the half hour, with one ring at the half hour and 2 different tones at the hour, which reconciliates the user between our conception of time and the feeling of time, which passes quickly when you are having fun, and slowly when you're not. After that, there will be a perpetual calendar with a perpetual weekly business calendar, which has never been done before, because it is not a straightforward way to calculate. There will be a ringing chronometer and a grande sonnerie. So there you go. There will be a lot more excitement to come, and already there is a huge buzz behind this watchmaker, behind these watches, and these will be very, very sought after watches. And at first, when I first saw it, I thought that's a bit of a quirky dial, not really for me. And then I did the review, tried on the watch, and the great format, and what I thought was amazing. And of course, the beautiful architecture of the movement, reminding you that Vladimir Nego, at heart, is an architect, and it is really a beautiful architecture. This is why the caliber is called caliber Architecture Mécanique numéro 1, number 1. It is truly a work of art, and yeah, by his own admission, Vladimir is a disciple of François-Paul Journe, and you will recognize all the hallmarks of the success of Journe. First, obviously, a beautiful caliber, completely original, a complication which is new and practical. There is only one position to the crown, one click. Secondly, great format. This one is 41mm by 9 with very short lugs, and a great case with those lugs that slightly curb outwards here, and you see the rounded spring bar. Thirdly, a strong visual, which is often missing with many independent watchmakers. And when you see a Journe, you know it's a Journe. And when you see Atælier Haute Complication, you will know what it is at a distance, because this indication of the hour and minute will be carried forward. On the next complication watches, it will be on the tourbillon, it will be on the perpetual calendar, immediately identifying what you are dealing with, and then around it you will have the complication. So indeed a full-fledged brand, and yeah, already very sought after. Already the deposits have been made for the next watches, so do not sleep on these. Of course, this run has been fully sold out. I think collectors should keep them in the collection. I've been wearing mine all week, and will definitely cherish this, because to me, I wouldn't say it's the next best thing to Journe. I would say it is ideal alternative to Journe. I will never get the call from the boutique. I'm not a VIP here in Hong Kong. So why not be the first one to be able to enjoy this dual time, the first piece from this new exciting brand, just like we would all love to have been there and when Journe started and gotten one of his early watches. So this is even more exciting. Now let's talk a bit about what you get. We can start here with the beautiful custom buckle for the watch, and the lovely grey leather band, signed of course. The watch is in a stainless steel 316L, 41mm by 9mm, wearing very flat. Between the lugs, 20mm. The dial is angled, hammered, and PVD treated. The numbers are polished and blued. The hands, let me catch the light with them, are round polished and blued, heat blued of course. The night and day disc, I will show you how it works, is in a gold paint. Now the movement, 187 pieces, just like Journe does. A lot of it is hidden under the dial, because there are 28 rubies and you only see a few here. A lot of space, and I really love a beautiful architecture like this. This is really what appeals to me, along with a nice case and an exciting dial. Everything really works wonderfully. There is no plating. It is the natural material, and it is of course German silver Maillechort. So little by little it will take a different hue, and we'll see what it looks like in a few years. So in terms of the finishing, you see it is sandblasted. You see some circling and beveling by hand. So the components have been produced in collaboration with Frédéric Lebas. You won't find much about Frédéric Lebas. I believe he has his own brand called Muse Swiss Art Watches. But I might be wrong, it might not be the same person. But anyway, Frédéric Lebas found just some details on LinkedIn. From Fribourg in Switzerland, probably produced the components, and the rest was probably finished by hand within the atelier. And you can see here the slow balance beating at 3 Hertz in Glucidur. The lift angle, if you're going to test it, is 50 degree, and the amplitude is 300 degree dial up. And dial up, I tested it at +3, +4 seconds, which was very good. And as you can see, the movement fills the case. The diameter is just under 36 millimeters, and you have 42 to 45 hours of power reserve when you fully wind it with the lovely crown here, which is signed. And I might as well, it's fully wound, but there you go. Now the functions. By the way, the logo on the crown you can see here. The logo, if you were to write the word Atelier with that quirky AE, everything would fit within the logo. ATAELIER. I think it's a very, very nicely made logo, which is also echoed on the lovely leatherette with which the watch comes. And maybe I can just show you that you get Vladimir's business card with a nicely handwritten note, and of course your warranty card. All right, the functions now. Pulling out the crown to the first click for the functions. First, the visual. You have the local hour, and here normally you have the same time, but you can also set it as a GMT. What I like to do is to set this part as the time in Europe to see what time it is where my mom resides, and also most of my colleagues. And here I would have my local time in Hong Kong, but otherwise you have the same time. And then when you travel, you have the jumping hour function. So pulling out the crown, when you go down, you have this jumping hour. So very convenient. It doesn't stop the balance. The time keeps on going, and you don't disturb the minutes and your home time. But if you turn up, you change the time. So, for example, I like to let me circle the whole dial. And so the idea behind this dual time is to have something more instinctive to use. So you only have 12 hours showing you the daytime first, and then the nighttime with the starry sky. And I think it's very evocative, a bit romantic, and really instinctively easy to read. Let's say, for example, it's 9 in the evening here, wherever, and then you turn your, let's say you travel, let's say it's, I don't know, 10 past 5 where you are. The balance doesn't stop, by the way, and there is no running seconds, but I find this display very evocative and original. So yes, two ways to use it, just as a simple travel time or as a GMT, but yeah, a bit more romantic than maybe the Rolex GMT Master 2. Anyway, the bezel is engraved with your serial number and Geneva. It is screwed in, held by 5 screws here. And maybe I'll show you how the watch wears on the wrist. I really like the way it wears. I think 9mm for 41mm size makes it very flat and elegant on the wrist. It's great for anything. You can wear it all the time, business or casual. And very short lugs, of course. So I know some of you might worry it's not 39mm or 38mm, but if you can wear, if you enjoy 39, it will wear a bit, not very different, because the lugs don't protrude very long beyond the case. So there you go. My wrist is 17 centimeters. I'm being very clumsy as usual. There you go. I really like the buckle as well, by the way. And there you go. It wears wonderfully. This is the down the cuff shot. Actually, as you angle the watch, the numerals really pop. As Vladimir explains, 6 a.m. is when you wake up, the big 9 is when you start working, 12 for lunch, etc. 6 when you finish working, then you go to bed at 12. So it's a bit the important cardinal points of a day. Really a watch that stands out, and I think will be very, very sought after, especially when the next complications, the higher complications, will come out, which will command a much higher retail price. I mean, these were only retailed for 8,000 Swiss francs. Very, very affordable. And I want to thank again Independent Watcher for allowing me to get in early on these. I really cherish, as I said, to me this is the ideal alternative to a Journe, and there isn't anything else comparable, I think, on the market. So really a wonderful timepiece. But let me know what you think in the comments. I'm sure many of you will not appreciate the design at first, but you will come around, trust me. And if you do love it, well, give a like to the video, and of course follow the adventures of this new brand, Atælier Haute Complication. I think we will hear a lot about it in the coming months, in the coming years, and hopefully decades. I wish good fortune and good health to Vladimir Victor Nego. Bye bye, guys.